It is Tuesday at 7:30, which means it is time to talk to the head coach of LSU football. We do it each and every week. Let's just go ahead and dive in. Coach O, what's going on? Thank you for joining us.
Good morning, guys. Always great to be on the show.
Okay, Coach, so Tell the Truth Monday was yesterday. That is when you review the film and you have to engage with real talk. What was the toughest or maybe the most surprising part of the film that you reviewed over the weekend?
Yeah. As far as the coaching staff, there's some times that we could have put our players in better position to have success, number one. And number two is when we did practice the things that we saw, we could have executed better. So I think it was a combination of both things. But you know what? Our team was in a great spirit yesterday. I believe we have an excellent football team. We're going to bounce back, and the guys had a good practice yesterday.
Coach, how do you stop a loss like this? Because obviously, look, y'all get the temperature of the room. Y'all hear just kind of the noise, even though you got to block it out. How do you stop a loss like this from snowballing in a manner similar to how it felt kind of last year? How do you stop from snowballing into other games?
Well, first of all, the leadership of the team. Before I got back in the locker room, the leadership of the team was talking to the team already. So I think that's a great sign. Nobody was hanging their head on the way back. Yesterday was a very positive day. You know, we have a 24-hour rule. We learn from our mistakes and we move forward. The best thing we can do is beat McNeese State this Saturday. Take it one game at a time.
Coach, a couple of questions to look back to Saturday before we look forward. One of the big questions that we and many others had was when you look at the LSU rushing attack, and maybe especially compared to a lot of how other teams are running the ball out of the spread right now, why hasn't there been an evolution in the rushing attack? It's just zone left and zone right.
Yeah, I agree. I met with the offense, and we have to be more diverse. It's something that I've wanted, and it's something that, again, it didn't happen in the game. That's my responsibility, but we met with them on Sunday, and we have to get the ball outside. We have to run some pin and pulls. We have to be more diverse, and I guarantee you're going to see it this week.
Coach, what were some of the things that UCLA was doing in the run game that was kind of giving the defensive line and the linebackers, the front seven, for LSU some trouble?
Yeah. What happened is they were going a lot of tackle over, and they were going in a hurry up situation, and plus they were going on the end over slot formation. They had combined two formations, and which made it difficult for our guys to adjust and the speed of the game. That was the hard thing. And plus, Charbonnet is a good running back.
Yeah, and for defensively, Coach, I know another thing that had to hurt was it seemed like for the second year in a row that crossing routes are really able to exploit the defense. What was your kind of message to the defense and Coach Jones there? How did it happen, and how does it get fixed?
Yeah, that was disappointing. To be honest, disappointing. It's something that we addressed in camp. It's something I addressed at the beginning. In camp, we had some problems with the crossing routes. We had made a couple of calls, made a couple of adjustments that stopped it, and then it was reoccurring in the game. So obviously, we have to take that upon us as coaches and get it fixed. That was definitely not the players' fault. We got to do a better job of coaching.
Coach, any update on Jay Ward? Obviously, he's in the game, and UCLA goes punt, 51 yards in those three series. He goes out, and you can tell it was a position they tried to pick on a little bit.
Yeah. He's day by day. I think he's going to be fine. He has a regular injury that you get in football, but nothing that's going to keep him out for a long period of time. But obviously, Jay is a good football player, and he does make a difference.
Coach, I'm talking to Coach Ed Orgeron, LSU head football coach here and off the bench. How do you feel the coordinators performed in their first test? These guys are green, and that Rose Bowl is a hell of a place to start.
Yeah, first of all, they worked very hard in camp. Those guys are very loyal. I love them to death. They do anything to win for the Tigers. They're very disappointed. Obviously, none of us got started with me. None of us had success because we didn't win. So it all falls on me. I can't put it on them, but they have to do better. They know that. We had an extensive meeting on Sunday. I do believe you're going to see this team get better, and our coordinators get better as the season progresses.
And I think you've kind of touched on this maybe in some early answers as well, but how would you describe the confidence of the team right now and maybe how it compares to a situation like last year's coming off of that opening season loss?
Totally different. how, nobody was hanging their head yesterday. All our guys were early for the meeting. We watched the film. They understood. I was telling the truth Monday. I told them the same thing I told y'all. We should have put them in better positions. And when they were in position, they should have made some better plays. So it was a combination of both. We have tremendous leadership. We have some hungry guys. We have some guys that didn't practice a lot during the camp, which are going to be practicing now. They're going to get better. So our team is very optimistic. I do believe we have a good football team.
And one guy that performed very well, and I loved his answer after the game too, because I felt like he kept it very real, not leaning into any excuses or anything. But Keishawn Butte was a huge positive. He was just as dominant as you would have expected. After viewing the film, what are some other positives that you noticed that you think y'all can build upon?
We had, I thought we rushed the passer pretty good. That's a good quarterback. I thought we rushed the passer pretty good there. There were some things with the quick throws in the passing game that when we got our guys in space and we found Keishawn Butte, we made some plays. I think we all know that we should have found him earlier and more often. And we need to play some more guys, get some more guys in space, let them make plays. But the run game has got to get better. And we got to be more multiple. We got to block better. We got to call better plays. And that's where we need the biggest improvement, the run game and protection of our quarterback. Our quarterback got hit way too many times for us to have success.
In y'all's view, with the quarterback getting hit, was it mental assignments, getting beat? Were they just sitting more than you could block? Like, how did you evaluate how UCLA was able to have so much success with their blitzing?
Yeah, it was a combination. T-Bob, was a combination of which way we slid the line. They were showing one way and coming the other way, and I think a couple of times we slid the line the wrong way. A couple of times were zero blitzes where we got rid of the ball really fast. But that's all on the coaching staff. It's not on the players. We should have done a better job of protection. Should have had a better plan.
Coach, how did you think Max Johnson played on the weekend, knowing all those things, knowing UCLA was bringing 6-7 guys, and you didn't really have a run game to speak of? How do you think Max handled that?
Yeah, there was a lot of this plate. First of all, we got to take a lot of stuff off of this plate. We may have put too much on this plate. He's an outstanding young man, outstanding quarterback. Inconsistent play. He missed some throws. The throw to Trey Palmer was zero blitzes. You all saw. Yeah. That would have been a touchdown. But his first game as a starter, just true starter going in. He's been a starter all camp. I know he started twice last year, but now he's the man. So you got to accept that role. I think that he was the first one in watching film. He's going to get better. He's a great young quarterback. I believe in him.
Coach, talking to Coach Ed Orgeron here on LSU football, maybe I know, and I'm sure you feel this more than anyone. One of the parts that kind of has been perplexing from the outside looking in the most is just that UCLA looked more physically dominant, and that's surprising. How does LSU get back to looking like the bullies as opposed to the bullied?
Yeah, I agree with you. And if they have 220-something yards rushing and want to have 50, yes, they did a better job on the line of scrimmage. So we need to continue to improve on how to run the football, continue to improve on how to stop the run. There's some things that we can do better on defense of stopping the run. But we got to tackle in space. There's a lot of missed tackles out there.
Yeah.
Do a better job of tackling in practice. So I think it's a combination of both.
And finally, Coach, so games coming up this weekend against McNeese. What is the message to the team over the next couple of weeks where the noise is going to be loud, it's going to be unceasing, and it's one of those odd situations where it's like almost doesn't matter what y'all do on the field, it's just going to continue. How do you message your team?
Well, first of all, I love our fans. And they're passionate. They love LSU football. They're disappointed. They're mad, so they're going to say things. And I understand that. And that's what makes LSU great. So we get it. We understand the expectations. I don't know what's being said out there because I don't read the paper. The Twitter machine is all, but I can just about imagine a lot of it's about me. I get that. That doesn't bother me a bit. I'm coming to work, big chest and big eyes, and do the best I think for the Tigers. On a positive note, we just need to beat McNeese, take it one game at a time. I do believe that this thing can draw us closer as a football team and make us better, and we can use this down the road to win a big game.
Coach, what about how about going against Cody this weekend? How are you feeling about it now that it's here?
Hey, I'm watching the film right here. And I'm watching the film, and I'm kind of cheering for Cody, but I'm got to stop McNeese. It's a little bit different. And he had a pretty good game last week, but you know what? Hey, Cody and I know, Cody and, as you know, my boys are best friends. They wouldn't expect nothing less than the best from me, and I wouldn't expect nothing less than the best from him. Love him. I love Frank. Love McNeese. A great school, but you know what? They're up on it this week, and it's a game that we must win, so we're going to play our best football.
There you go. Coach O, head coach of LSU football. An exciting game coming up this weekend. Frank Wilson, former right-hand man, and his son, Cody Orgeron, at quarterback. Coach, thank you so much, man. You have a great day. We'll talk to you next Tuesday.
Yeah. One thing, man, I can't wait to see all our fans down that Tiger Walk in that stadium. I want to let you know our players have been waiting for y'all. We've been waiting for our opening home game. I know they're going to sell it out. This Tiger Stadium going to be rocking. Can't wait to see everybody Saturday night. Go night.
There you go. Coach Ed Orgeron here on Off the Bench every Tuesday. All right, when we get back, we'll wrap up hour number 1. We still have mailbag coming up. We got Brock Hewitt, Nick Underhill, a lot more to talk to. And, now we get Jake's take on everything, too. So keep it locked right here on OTB.